There's a French term, terroir, that encapsulates in one perfect word everything that makes up the character of a wine. It includes the nature of the soil, the climate, the environment, and loads of other factors that make the whole business risky and delicate. And it's got me thinking. I'm a bit nervous to offend winemakers here, but I really feel like this term terroir could be useful in describing other products too, especially in a location like Nova Scotia, where we have such a strong sense of place. So many makers here are influenced by and at the mercy of our unique environment. And I can't think of a better word than terroir to describe that. Kelly Lowe is an artist who owns Peggys Cove Glass, one of only 3 hot studios in the province. That means she has a glass furnace in her shop. We've been warned that it's like a balmy summer day in there, even in the dead of winter. But it's out here that I first wanted to talk to her, to help me really understand what it is about this wild place that inspires her. I'm trying to get my head around the fact that you've got this hot studio, which I'm guessing is a really expensive undertaking.
Yep.
How do you choose Nova Scotia of all places? Like, was it just a pin on the map, or?
No, I'd been coming out east for a few years, and I'd been blowing glass at a studio out in Cape Breton in the summertime. I just really felt at home every time I came here. So I decided to make it home.
This is your terroir as an artist. Like, you're taking all of your influences here, and it's probably showing up in your artwork.
Yeah, I can see a lot of like the landscape pieces that we've made are like inspired by places like this, and seeing like the ocean and the rocks and the little bit of trees and the sky. It's pretty easy landscape to be inspired by. I wanted to move out east, but I decided during that time and all the lockdowns that it was time to kind of control my own destiny and be able to work when I wanted to instead of just when I was allowed.
Something tells me that for other people that might be like, I want to cut down my hours, but I'm guessing that for you it was like, I want to do more.
Yeah, because before I blew glass twice a week. Now I blow glass every day if I can.
Every day?
Yeah, basically.
And do you still find time to come out to places like this and just gather inspiration for your pieces?
Yeah, I'm able to get out. I mean, my drive home is like just around the bay, so it's beautiful. So I feel like I'm constantly being inspired by like the surroundings, and just always feel so lucky to live here and to be here. So yeah, we do get to come out every once in a while and look at where we are. Probably not enough.
Do you see everything in glass? Like, the colors here are just so incredible.
Kind of, yeah.
And are you just always your wheels turning?
Yeah, kind of figuring out, well, what color is that? I think that's more of a, yeah.
How did you decide to even try glass blowing in the first place?
I saw it in a list of courses on the course calendars for looking at colleges when I was in high school. I thought that looked like fun, and it turns out I was right.
What was it about glass that got you so excited right away?
I think the material itself, it's very magical, it's liquid, but it's solid. There's so many things you can do with it that really, your imagination is like the limit. This glass is the type of material that challenges you daily, challenges you constantly. Like, it's not like, oh, I got this, I know what I'm doing.
Really?
We still break things, we still mess things up, yeah. It's an art form that challenges you every time you work.
So I'm talking to someone who has achieved the dream.
My dream, at least, yeah.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And it's pretty unusual, right?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah.
How many people did you go to school with for glass blowing?
In my class, there was 16 of us.
16?
Mm-hmm.
So how many do you know are still practicing today?
Including me, I believe there's 3 of us.
Wow, that's got to tell you something,
It's
right?
not easy. It's not cheap.
So if you went back to that class You had to give a little speech because I know you love talking to people, right?
It's my favorite thing.
Not shy at all.
No, not at all.
But what would you tell that like graduating class about the industry and like what they need to do to succeed?
Be patient.
Mm-hmm.
And win the lottery.
Don't win the lottery.
No, just be patient and work hard. That's really all you can do.
Yeah.
You get a little bit lucky along the way, but really nothing comes without hard work.
And are we ready to go warm up in the studio?
Yes, let's go.
It better be as hot as you said it was.
It is.
And you're open.
We are.
There we go.
Thank you.
Whoa, Kelly. Wow.
Thank you.
You've got a lot of pieces.
We do. We've been busy.
And you've been making all of these yourself?
Yep. Mostly.
So what would you say is a piece that kind of represents what you're doing now, your whole journey?
Right now we're focusing a lot on the landscape pieces as more of our art pieces. So I've been really enjoying making a lot of those.
Everything in here looks extremely intricate.
It is. Well, some of it is. Yeah.
Is there anything that a beginner could try?
Of course. Let's make a cup.
A cup?
Yep.
For real?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do
go.
it.
All right. Here's a safety glove for you.
Okay.
Protect your hands. Luke's going to bring you the gather.
Wait, this is it?
This is it. We're going.
But there's no like safety code or anything?
Nope. Jumping right in.
Okay.
All right. So you want to get your block ready.
Okay. My block is
The
ready.
one in the bucket. Yeah.
Yep. Luke, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
We're feeling good. We're hot.
Very hot.
All
Oh
right,
my
so keep
gosh.
that turn.
Okay, I'm turning now.
Turn
Yep.
it down.
Okay.
We're gonna scoop the block a little bit
Okay.
more like that.
Okay.
Keep it on that angle.
Oh my gosh, you guys, wait a second. This is challenge.
Doing great. Okay, you're gonna want to wet that block.
Okay, just let go of it and put it in.
Dip
Yep.
it behind you. Yep. I'll keep turning for you.
You're doing
Okay.
great.
Okay. And put it in again.
Now turn
Yeah.
your block a little bit the other way.
That way, that way.
Yeah.
Yes, sorry. I had it backwards.
Okay.
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 Sounds great.
I'm going to take it from you. You can
Okay.
dip your block again in the water.
Okay.
All right.
Whoa.
Here we go.
Luke, how long have you been doing this?
10 years.
10
10
years.
Yep. It'll be
Wow.
11 in June.
And you did not come from far away to set up shop here.
No, I
right?
grew up in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
This is where
Okay.
I learned.
So now you're going to put some air
Okay.
into this. So you're going to stand up
Oh, okay.
and you're going to rest on here and you're going to blow into that blow pipe.
How hard?
Pretty hard.
Oh, that's, yeah, pretty hard now that it's
Keep
going.
it turning.
Keep turning.
Blow harder if you can.
Oh. All right. Let's give you a little bit of heat, I
Yeah.
think.
We've gotten a little cold.
Okay, wait. When
It-
you meant keep turning, do you mean I have to turn my head or just turn it in?
Just the pipe. So
Maybe
the pipe
stand.
turns, your head stays straight.
Listen, you two are too experienced.
Yeah.
You're taking a lot for granted here.
Sometimes we forget.
I think- Thank you.
So we're gonna try and flatten up the bottom a bit. So we'll have
Okay.
you sit at the bench.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready. I think. Okay.
Got it? All right.
Okay. Stop.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. That looks great.
Really?
Yeah, no,
Yep.
it's nice and
So now
flat.
that's the
Okay.
bottom of your cup is nice and flat.
Okay.
And then you're going to grab the jacks, which are these tools here. You want to hold them like that.
Yep.
And you're going to be squeezing them in and kind of leaning to this side a little bit.
Okay. Kelly, you hear artists like complaining about how hard it is to be an artist, you know, and like, oh, you don't make a lot of money. And like, oh, but this is next level. Like, you're burning fuel how many hours a day?
24 hours a day.
24 hours a day. Like, the whole setup. This is
It's not
so not an accessible thing to
No.
make your own glass
It's
studio.
not exactly the cheapest art form you can find. No.
Like, you had to pour everything into this, eh?
And then some.
And on top of all of,
Well, then you rely on your
Different
friends to help you a lot.
yeah.
When you don't have the knowledge, you rely on your friends to help you.
So when she brings it over, you're gonna grab her pipe with the tweezers and place the Coutinho center with the
Okay,
glass.
so I have to be like kind of looking?
Yep.
Oh my God. This is all too close.
All right, you're doing
All right.
good.
Like there?
Yep, that looks good. Okay,
Okay.
now let's turn
Ooh,
together.
that is hot. That's hot. Okay. Oh
Turn
no, you're leaving me alone to turn.
Sorry.
Okay, no, you're good. I
Yeah?
think that's good.
Yep.
Okay, now you want to put a little bit of water on your tweezers
Okay,
and put it on the jack line right here.
right on the jack line.
Yep.
And
And
then
now hit the pipe.
what?
We're going to
Good
lift up
tap.
together. Put it there.
Hit
Now
what?
Lift it
hit
up.
the pipe. With the back of your tweezers, hit that.
Like this?
Other way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Harder?
Okay. Hey.
Okay, and then they're going
Okay,
in.
here we go.
Okay, in the hole.
In the hole. Fire in the hole.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, too fast. Going
fast,
too hard.
Let's go back.
Okay.
I was turning into a lovely character.
Yes, a character piece. Oh, Luke.
Okay, we'll give you some more heat. So pull those
Okay.
out again.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll heat
that's
some more.
getting there. I didn't want something that was like so boring and perfect.
Yeah, too perfect. Who wants
Yeah.
that?
So what we're going to do,
Yeah.
you take this and you're going to push on, tap onto that and then hit that.
Tap first.
Yep,
And
so
then
tap
and
on
then
that,
what? Turn it
on
back.
Yeah. So tap kind of where the punty connects to it. So you want to,
Oh, right under there.
yep. Okay, now turn it over and give it a smack.
Oh my
There you
gosh.
go. A little bit of water.
How did that work?
And then we're just going to put a little heat on here. So take the sharp spot off.
Okay.
Then when you're making your margaritas out of it later, you won't cut yourself.
Nice. Good job.
Thank you.
Well done. How did that feel?
Good. Did I do okay?
You did awesome.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
That-
piece in the kiln. It's perfect.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. How often do people like just completely
All the time.
not finish one?
Speaking from experience,
Yeah.
a lot.
A lot.
Thank you for saying
Yeah, we
that.
see this bucket of broken things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. How long does it stay in the kiln before I get to come and pick it up?
Be ready in about 24 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. Be able to look at it tomorrow afternoon.
I can see now how allowing the landscape to inform your product can elevate what might be a craft into an art form. Kelly's glassworks are inspired, and you can see and feel that difference. Winemaking is another perfect example. The wine industry in Nova Scotia is expanding so rapidly that it's easy to forget that at the heart of it, winemaking is farming, and farming is something that just can't be rushed. Like glass blowing, it's dependent on so many elements that are out of your control that the process takes expertise, perseverance, and a lot of luck. This is Avondale Sky Winery, off the beaten path and so worth the trip to experience a truly special place and product. And Avondale Sky isn't just a farm either. It's one big, busy, bouncing family. Meet the Coutinhos. Carl, the older brother and operations manager. Louis, the dad and the property manager. Jamie, the daughter-in-law and social media manager. Avila, the mom and the money manager. Sean, the younger brother and general manager. Mallory, daughter-in-law and manager of the general manager. And Vino, the family dog. How did we get here? You were supposed to be retired, traveling, and suddenly you decided to agree for your whole family to buy a vineyard.
It went this way. My oldest son, Carl, approached us. Louis retired July 1st. July 4th, he approaches us and he says, "How would you like to get into a family business?" And we said, "What business is it going to be?" He said, "It's just the right thing for the two of you. Mom, I know you want to travel, and this will allow you to travel through the winter. Dad, you've always wanted to farm, and this will allow Dad to farm." And so we asked him what it was, and he said, "You have to sign a non-disclosure agreement." Yeah, you want us to get into business, but you sign a non-disclosure agreement and I'll tell you. So we said, "Sure, tell us what it is." And we signed the agreement. It was Avondale Sky Winery for sale. Now, we had been here before and we loved it. What it does is gives me the opportunity in the winter to go to countries that have vineyards and wineries.
Okay, so that part of the deal was true.
Yes.
You can travel in the wintertime.
I can travel in the wintertime. And Louis gets his fill of the vineyard. So we're a very close-knit family. We've always been very close, open with each other. You know, sometimes parents raise their kids and then the kids move away from home and they don't always get a chance to see how the kids have blossomed. I'm very fortunate to have that, to be working with my 2 sons and my daughter and now both daughters-in-law. Yeah.
So tell me about your role here at the vineyard.
The meter, the greeter, and I love doing the bookkeeping and accounting part of it.
Nobody knew about wine
No,
before you
you're
bought
right.
the place.
You're right.
It just ticked all the
It
boxes.
just, yes. Yeah. We didn't know anything about wine. I'm sure the kids had their share of drinking wine, you know. But no.
Wow. Well, I really look forward to speaking to the rest of your family, too. They sound like a formidable bunch.
They are. We're very different people, but yet we've got the core attitudes, same goals. Yep.
I might have to take some parenting tips from you, too. I thought I'd find you here, Louis.
Hey, Zoe.
How's it going?
Very well, thanks. How are things?
Good. I'm just gearing up.
Yeah.
Because I heard you might need a little bit of help.
Well, it's one of these things. We're starting a little early. This is not usually when we do our tucking in, but in this particular case, this vine here is ready to be tucked in, and this is something that we'll be doing to all 24 acres.
Whoa.
Over next week and the week after. So this is, it's getting we're right at the preparation stage now.
Okay. And this is all by hand?
This is all of the tucking is done by hand.
All of those vines.
And these vines, if you came here last week, they were only about here, about
Really?
2-3 inches. Yeah. So they grow quite exponentially, and they'll get to the top here probably before the end of the month.
You sound like someone who's been doing this their whole life, not someone who just bought a vineyard because their kids said,
No,
"Let's buy a
this is,
vineyard, Dad."
This is learn as you go. One of the things that I've benefited from, my sons like the enology side, the winemaking side, so they're in there, and the business side. When I retired, my one goal was to be outside.
I heard you just wanted some chickens.
I just wanted.
You just wanted
I wanted to be a
a
hobby
little
farmer.
farm.
I just want to have a little hobby farm, 6 chickens, and a little garden patch, and then my boys talked us into this thing.
Do you have any chickens? On
No,
the
but
you didn't even get
the
chickens.
plan is to put them in there, and we're getting all kinds of advice, you know, on what to put in there.
Yeah. Louis, how many hours are you spending out here every day?
Roughly 8 hours a day. I do a variety of different things, depending on you know, how early we get here and what the day is like. Even though we have a vineyard crew and a vineyard manager, I report to the vineyard manager. He gives me instructions for what he's doing, and I pitch in and help out wherever I can. It does 2 things for me. I get to learn the business, but it also practically understand what it is that we're doing on a daily basis in the vineyard. Yeah.
Wow, so I mean, this is a really weird retirement plan.
It is. It's a lot of work. You know, a lot of people think winemaking is sort of a really easy industry. You know, starting in March. We do the pruning in March, April, and basically everything is brought down to this little. It's brought down to a little nub like that.
So that's what we would see over the winter time. It's just
no, if you
bare
came here
vines.
in the early spring, we would have clipped everything down to here.
How did you feel when your son came to you with a non-disclosure statement and a giant plan for your life?
Have you lost your
days,
mind?
A few days after you
What
actually...
do we know about growing grapes? What do we know about making wine? No, when he said that, it was like, why, you know? But Dad, this is what you always wanted.
He was just trying to trick you.
I wanted a hobby farm. This is a working farm. This is a lot of work, but it's fun. I'm glad, you know. yeah, there's nothing better than actually working with my sons and my wife as a family. My grandkids come out harvest time, and they're picking grapes as well. So yeah.
So this is the future. You're seeing this just
this is-
stretching as long as
This
it
is
can.
for my grandkids, and this is what family farms are about.
It would be very unfriendly of me to visit a winery and not sample the wines. So I searched out the youngest Coutinho, Sean, who's a trained sommelier, to give some wines a taste and perhaps put his wine tasting skills to the ultimate test. So what are we going to try today?
Yeah, so I've got a little bit of a lineup here. They all have a little bit of a fun story, and we're gonna go from dry to off dry. So we're not getting too sweet, even though I know that's what we're known for at Avondale Sky. Our winemaker trained in Germany, does a lot of those German styles of wines.
Oh, okay, like the Riesling.
Yeah, Riesling, like a Mosel style, so stalled fermentations. It is what we do differently at Avondale Sky compared to a lot of the other wineries locally. But this is just a nice example of some pretty amazing wines that he makes. So,
All right, let's crack them open.
cool. All right, first up here we have our small lot Chardonnay. So next up we're gonna try our Title Bang. So this is our small lot Muscat. Peaches, lychee, apricot.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next wine is Lady Slipper. So this is one of our general listings at the NSLC. It's the turkey dinner wine. It's a cranberry sauce through turkey. Super excited about this one. We've recently added it to the NSLC. I'm excited for people to try it. It's the perfect cheese wine. Cheers. I'm sweating. It's hot. We need some baby powder.
So you seem pretty knowledgeable about
think so.
this wine thing.
Yeah.
What do you say we put you to the test and we do a blindfold test?
Okay.
I feel like this is going to be probably an easy one for you, but we should do it anyway.
All right, I'm down. Let's do it.
Okay,
100%.
let's switch sides.
Okay.
Okay, Sean, I've got your wines up here.
Perfect.
Now I need you to put your blindfold on.
All right. Hopefully this works.
There's a lot at stake here, Sean. Okay, Sean, I'm mixing up the wines so you will have no idea
Okay.
what you're about to drink. So now I'm going to give you the first one. Ooh, very tricky.
Oh, there we go.
No
Okay.
pressure, just your whole family's reputation on the line.
I can't even tell where my nose is.
Uh-oh,
Oh,
this doesn't bode well.
it smells like my Muscat. %. That's our estate Muscat.
Oh, thank goodness. It really is. Okay, you've got 1 point.
All right.
Here we go.
Next.
Mixing up again, even though you can't see, just to be extra careful. Here comes the next one. Okay.
Smells like red fruits. Let's say that's the Lady Slipper.
Yes, it's 2 for 2. Okay, the last one, and you win the title of Guy Who Knows His Own Wine.
So nerve-wracking.
I know, it's gonna get tricky here. Here you go, the last one. You can do it.
Thank you.
There's the glass, there's the nose.
Mmm. I think that's Title Bay.
3 for 3! Mom, did you hear that? He did it.
I'm a real son, Mom.
Finally get the keys to the building. High five!
Thank you.
That was awesome.
That was fun. I've never
Wow.
done it that way before.
Yeah, well,
Normally blind tastings, you still get to look at it, actually. They pour it behind the scenes and then they give it to you.
Oh, that's what a blind tasting is.
Not actually blindfolded. That was fun. That was a good way to try.
Thanks. Yeah, maybe you want to use that in future.
Cheers.
To vino.
To vino.
Good dog. You can always tell when a maker has allowed for that expression of place in a product, whether it's glass or wine. Now, some might say that as business people and artists, Kelly and the Coutinhos are risk takers, but I prefer to think of them as people with faith in their terroir.